Hello. I am remembering things. I know that, like, we probably just need to, like, let a lot of nostalgic things go because it gets to extremes that we see now of, like, women need to be back in the house type nonsense. But on a very, very lighter note in that vein that I think we should implement is, like, they're just used to... I'm noticing a severe lack of music discovery methods that used to just kind of be around. I mean, nobody watches cable anymore, and VH1 and MTV are, like, not a thing. We know this. We know these things. But I remember finding music in weird ways. And I mean, like, was it weird? Well, I guess the fact that some of these songs were, like, absolute bangers and I found them from, like, the most random means possible, or that, yeah. Anyway, let me keep going. So I remember when Starbucks used to have free iTunes cards, like, every week of new music, and I would collect those things like crazy. Does anybody remember that? Do I sound like a crazy old person back in my day? Because, like, iTunes dying is kind of unfortunate, because I feel like that was, like, the one, like, last legal front of music ownership where it was just accessible enough for the youth because we could buy singles. And I have an opinion about that too, because should we have been able to just pick and choose random tracks out of an album instead of buying the entire album? I don't agree with that, but I participated. You know, whatever, it was a time. But iTunes dying is, you know, it is actually kind of fucking up my music life. I'm sick of streaming. I want to own stuff. We need to just start owning things again. And, like, at this point, it's kind of like an any means necessary type deal where, like, I don't think I don't think I've ever been anti-pirating, but I think it's time to take to the seas, because this is getting ridiculous, and we can't just subscribe and rent everything in life and own absolutely nothing. Like, we're renting clothes and sending them back. Like, this is getting... Is anybody else concerned? I know people are concerned, but are enough people concerned? Like, we can just say no to this shit. Do you know how quick people, like, companies respond to profit loss? Like, it's just stop supporting it. Stop. So, sometimes I wonder if I should actually, like, think posts through, or just continue my little commute rants. You're gonna have to let me know how much you dislike this formatting, because I'm sick of myself, but I have to deal with myself a lot more than you do, so I don't know if this is actually annoying, or as annoying as I feel in my mind, because I can't get my thoughts straight in a cohesive flow. Where does that leave us? Free music. I feel like it was Free Music Tuesdays. And then there was, like, Free Music Video Wednesdays, whatever. There was, like, a card that you could just pick up at the counter and, like, I guess scan it or scratch it, and there was, like, a code, and you load it into iTunes, and you could download that music for free. Some of these groups, like, I don't know if it's, like, no, you know, I'm not gonna be embarrassed, but, like, some band, like, the foreign exchange, I found out about the foreign exchange through iTunes, or, like, through the free music Starbucks program, and, like, the fact that they just, like, don't do that anymore, and there's, like, no iTunes, like, you know, naturally. But Where do you buy music? Where do you buy it digitally? Everywhere? Bandcamp? Is everything on Bandcamp? I don't think it is. Where there's something like iTunes needs to come back, because I can't just go to everybody's website to go buy their stuff. I'm not gonna remember. And I remember there was like Murphy, and I'm pretty sure they closed, where like you could own a physical copy of like an album, but they were a storage hub for it. So you could also like upload your stuff, and we all like collectively owned the media. I guess it was kind of like Netflix for music to a degree. And like so they had like copies. I guess you could like sell your albums to Murphy to be kind of collectively owned by everyone. So if you wanted to keep the physical media, that's fine. So you could buy really cheap albums off of there, because people just like sent them in if they didn't want the physical copies. And that means Murphy had the digital collection of all the music from the records and albums that they got. So you could, even for a smaller fee, buy the digital copy of the album. That was a great company. I liked that whole vibe. It was nice. I think we need new music discovery, and we need to own the music. Even if we're owning a digital copy, I want it to not go away because you didn't pay a bill or you decided to end a streaming service. Like, this is bullshit, you know? And it needs to be able to be in a place. Like, I haven't even tried to use iTunes in a long time. Does iTunes work at all anymore? Is it still what it is and just not the store? Is it still a storage thing? I need to look again, but I'm rarely on my computer, and I don't even think I downloaded it on my PC at home. Mainly use that for gaming and work. I digress. I just want to own physical media, man. I want to get very Marion Stokes about it. And she's from Philly. I love her. Anyway, if you don't know about Marion Stokes, look her up. I don't know if she's crazy or like absolutely brilliant. I think she's probably brilliant and maybe like a twinge crazy. But she recorded a TV for years, just to have an archive of media. Like, she just recorded the television obsessively, and she's had to have like multiple houses and storage units filled with all of these recorded tapes and discs and whatever, because she was doing this for a long time. So, yeah, and she's from Philly. I need to see where her collection is, or what kind of foundation is here. Anyway, this isn't going. I feel like this isn't going well. This isn't going well. One of my all-time favorite songs is "Gotta Get Through This" by Daniel Bedingfield, brother of Natasha Bedingfield, Pocket Full of Sunshine woman. Yeah, they are a powerhouse sibling duo. I love both of them. I also didn't know that Daniel Bedingfield was that one song. I'm not gonna sing it, but there's this one song that I really like and I did not know was him. But "Gotta Get Through This" is my. And do you know where I found out about that track? My Scene Girls. Do y'all remember My Scene dolls? Like a Barbie Bratz rival? They were like uncomfortably long. and they all came with a like 5-track CD of just random songs. So I had Madison because she was the light-skinned black girl that I related to, and it had like Baha Men on it, which is whatever, but it also had AM to PM by Christina Milian. Gotta get through this, and I gotta try to remember the other two. That's how I found out about like the just 2 banger singles. I mean, everybody knew about Baha Men, so that was pretty whatever. But the other 2, that's how I found out about them, from My Scene Dolls. I never got another My Scene doll, and I'm feeling like now I regret it, because I want to know what their scene was, and like what other music the other girls had. I don't know why I never had vested interest. Well, it didn't really matter. I was living in St. Croix at the time, and like things were limited on the island because it's an island. you know shit's bad at a place when like a Kmart closes, or like at the time, because Kmart was like the roach of stores for a while. Like, it just wouldn't die. I think it finally did. Did it? I'm gonna have to look that up. But that's where I found out about that. And then like Starbucks, I was put on to Kate Nash, I think, was a free Starbucks single, and I really like her. I haven't listened to her in a while, but I really like Kate Nash. So many good things that I found, because like there were just little like freebie music things, places. And also the events are very lacking. Like, I'm in Philly, there's a ton, usually like a ton of stuff. They used to have like Red Bull used to have so much music programming, so they had the 3-style DJ competition. Then they had something else, and then I feel like they had like a whole little music institute to like bring up like young producers. I could be lying. There was also the Heineken Green Room that I got turned on to a bunch of people, and then some people were like already established, like Cameron and but the Heineken Green Room was a free concert that happened maybe once a month, maybe a little bit less than that, but roughly once a month. And it was just free Heineken the entire time, and it was just like a different artist every time, and I got put on to so many people, and there's just not that anymore. And it's not like it was that long ago. So can we like bring it back? I don't know how to bring it back, but I would like to bring some of those things back. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I'd love to expand on it. Do we even have a place to like put digital media? Is Apple Music the new iTunes? Because it's also streaming, but can you own things on it? I need to do some research. That's where I'm at so far. Okay, bye. Ciao for now.